Hello there, my sneaky friends. My name is Sativ, and today we're going to be breaking down combat's damage in Warlords of Draenor, so that you guys can get a feel for where it's all coming from. We're also going to take a look at Red Insight, which has been buffed to 50%, and see the burst potential of a combat rogue in Red Insight. Because a lot of you felt that the burst test was not very fair, but that's because the burst test was an opener's potential. So obviously, specs like Assassination or Subtlety are going to be a lot more powerful in an opening situation than a spec which has a 50% damage buff later on in a fight. If you are familiar with combat, then you're familiar with Bandit's Guile. Bandit's Guile is a 10% stacking damage bonus that stacks up to 30%, though through a perk, the last stack of Bandit's Guile is actually way buffed up and is now a 50% damage increase. How exactly does Bandit's Guile function? Well, Bandit's Guile increases after 4 Sinister Strikes. There you can see we have 10% damage increase. If I Sinister Strike 4 more times, it'll increase to 30%. And 4 more after that brings me to Deep Insight. So that is 12 Sinister Strikes to get to Deep Insight. What we're going to use next is a program called World of Logs to record our combat and see exactly how much damage each ability is doing. This way we're going to be able to see the difference between how much damage we're dealing at Red Insight versus how much damage we're dealing in an opener. So first up, we're just going to go ahead and YOLO spree in the open like I did versus that Druid. I'm going to spend my energy bar, 8-second kidney shot, and spree. So let's go ahead and break down the damage. We peaked at around 80,000 DPS, which was with Killing Spree and Internal Bleeding rolling for about 4 seconds, I think, which sounds about right for the duration of Killing Spree. Now in here we're getting lots of Main Gauche procs. Main Gauche is helping boost up our DPS, but the real contender here is the Internal Bleeding. As you can see, Internal Bleeding ticks on average for around 10,000 damage, 21 criticals. Main Gauche hits for 6,000 on average and crits for 11. Melees hit for around 4,000 and crit for 6 as well. Killing Spree's critical strikes are hitting for 11 Ks, hits for 5.5. The offhand is hitting for about 50% as much. So here I go onto the Druid with my last Sinister Strike putting me into Red Insight. I then Kidney Shot and Killing Spree on him. Let's go ahead and time how fast this burst is to compare it to the last one, which was 9 seconds. 6.21 seconds probably makes combat the biggest bursting spec for rogues, though setting up that damage does take 18 seconds of generating Bandit's Guile and making sure you don't get crowd control during it. For this attempt, I had to switch my proc trinket around, wait 30 seconds, then I counted to 8, and then I started doing my rotation, which gave me at least 7 to 8 seconds of internal cooldown before my proc trinket would proc. So I had to do a little bit of a tweak to line up my proc trinket with my Red Insight, but I mean, it wasn't too difficult. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of where combat's damage is coming from and the differences between No Insight and Red Insight. The next breakdown is going to be Assassination, followed quickly by Subtlety, but those will be for another day. Until next time, my friends, I want you to stay sneaky, and if you did enjoy the video, please go ahead and toss it a like to help my channel be rated better in searches, which helps us reach new viewers. And as always, I want you guys to have a fantastic day. Take care.